Hey, welcome again, YouTube. This is Max One Chase One. On my previous other videos, you know, when I had to change the thermostat, when I replaced the thermostat, thought everything was beat. Fill up the filler cap all the way up there to the top, and then after I filled it up to the top, I noticed that I had water leaking coming from up near in that direction. There's leaking here and coming down here and going down these chrome lines and going over here leaking. So I just kind of wondering, where in the world is that water coming from? So I've come to the conclusion everything else is tight. I have these two hoses. I'm gonna have to wind up and look up under, and they're gonna have probably might have to be up under this air cleaner, and it may give me some visibility, not much. But I'm thinking that these two hoses, this one here and this one here, that return water from the engine back to the thermostat. And where these two hoses here are connected to on top of the engine, I think when it got kind of hot, one of those hoses may have split, and I might have to either replace it with a new hose. But what I'm looking at, this is going to be a bear to get to, because look, there's the intakes here. It's got this little flap here, and I'm sure that it's not going to give me too much access to see what's what up under there. So again, I got the air cleaner, you got the intakes where the carburetors are here, and I'm hoping that in front here, it may give me a little bit of visibility where those two hoses are, those two hoses here. So I'm in a dilemma right now to find out where this water is leaking, and you can kind of see that the fluid that I put in the radiator has drained all the way down and drained out, and it's draining out all the way out to the back. So that's where my dilemma is. I'm trying to find out what's going on. Stay tuned, I'll add to it as I go along. Right now I'm going to take this air cleaner off and see what access it gives me to the front of the motor by the carburetors. Okay, taking the air cleaner off. There are 8 screw bolts that go all the way around. I've taken them out. So I'll take that off, and now I can take the air cleaner out. Now for to get the base out, there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. I may have to take these two hoses here loose, and that'll give me a little view from there. Alright, so that's what's next. Going back when I said I was going to take the lower housing off, it was 4 and 5 and 6. And when I got to here, you see how these little tabs are in this here, mainly from the injection port. You may want to push that one through and push this one through, so you can get it by, so you can work it up and out. Now I did have to take that one PVC hose right there off, and that's the one right there. And then I'll take that and set it off to the side. Now as I look here, I see a cover here, and I hope that that cover will give me access to see where those two hoses down here are going to. I don't want to have to fool with this, because this is beyond me. So I'm hoping by the time I take this flap here off, that would kind of open up everything so I can kind of see what's down there. Another point I add on there too, where this piece where must be the fuel pump, I had to take these two screws out. These two screws are the same screws, same size screws for the outside of the air cleaner. So you can kind of mix these bolts up with those bolts for the air cleaner. Alright, let's go ahead and I'm going to move this flap back and see what's down in there. Alright, after I pull that intake, I guess it's a lower cover off, and I pull that flap back, this bike is just like doing John Brown surgery. Still can't see nothing that's down below. what I see I might have to do now to kind of see where these two hoses, I feel like I'm getting close. I'm gonna loosen this bolt here. Then I'm gonna take these 1, 2, 3, 4 connections loose and move this plate to see what I can see right up under here. Again, this bike is just like working on John Brandon doing surgery. Alright, going deeper. Alright, I took that bolt out from right here. It's a 10 millimeter. So, see if we can move that back. I had enough slack here that I might have to unplug them. But let's see how much visibility it gives me. Not too much, but I'm going to try to see if I can get around it. If I can't get enough visibility, I'm going to take these plugs out. Okay, YouTube, I'm going to try another approach. Seems like I can't get anything from up here at the top. I took another look, did some investigating. I'm going to take the radiator back out along with the fan and see if I can go from the front. And I might have this much visibility to see those two hoses. These two hoses here, or either these two hoses here, from the front, and see right up under this bar and where they're going and whether they're leaking or not. Alright, so that's what my next direction that I'm going to go right now. Okay, now I've taken the radiator back out, and what I'm doing now, I can kind of get a little some visibility up in between there where my light is. I have to get up in there and look down in there and I can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to put some fluid in the inlet where the thermostat is. And what I did since I got the radiator out, I did a little bit of intuitive type thinking. Found my Stanley screwdriver in. It's about the same size as this hose here, and I put the clamp down on that so I can fill it through the inlet. It can fill up through the radiator, and I did the same thing to the upper part. Now after I do that, I'm going to come down here and take a look and look up in there and find out where the water's coming from, and then I can decipher whether I can take any of this other bull crap off or either let someone else do it, because this right here, I ain't ready for that headache. Alright, let's go ahead and do that, and let's see where this water's coming from. Now I've added some water in there and it's bubbling, so the water is going somewhere. But as I look down here where I thought where the water's coming, I don't see a thing. Everything is bone dry. So the water's going somewhere. It's not coming from the hose, the upper hose, and it's definitely not coming from the lower hose. So the water's going in and going somewhere between the inlet at the upper and the return up at the upper and the inlet for the motor in the lower. As you kind of see, the water has gone down some more, and everything here where I'm getting that leak coming from up under there is still dry. I'm gonna keep doing this for a while. I use water instead of antifreeze. I'm not gonna waste the antifreeze just testing this. Water will do the same thing. Now I do see a little bit of water. A little bit of water is trying to come right there. So now I just got to look to see where it's coming from. Well, YouTube, I had this bottle fill up to here. I've constantly filled water in it till it got down to right here, and it's only showed me that much water, as you can kind of see right there, that I see. But this is the thing I'm looking at. Either putting water in here and not having the radiator volume, that it's not making the water force down, and that would make it leak more. So I'm gonna do this. I think I might be worrying a little bit too much about nothing. I'm gonna go ahead and put everything back together, and if it start to leak and I see a little steam that'll come away from down here, come off to the side, I'm just gonna wind up put some stop leak in it, because I'm not gonna go through all of this to take all of this crap loose and take this intake off just to find out where that seeping leak is coming from. It's just water or coolant. So maybe it'll seal up later on because I'm changing the radiator fluid in it. Mainly I started off with just replacing the fan switch and the fan, and then I'm down to here. I think this is getting a little bit too much to be worried about, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it back together. What the hell. Alright, YouTube, if you guys see this and you say, well, I'm thinking, just kind of getting out. I looked in the manual. I got a service manual, and it's got a bypass line from the bottom where the inlet goes into the motor. It bypasses and goes back up to the top. I'm thinking that that's where the connection is, where it might be leaking a little bit out of there, but I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna wind up and see if it'll seal up on its own and just keep riding. Alright, if you got any comments, let me know, because like I said, I would like to know what that problem is with this. And you can kind of see how it looked like a John Brand transformer with all the parts and all that stuff off it. And then I took the tank out as well. But let me know. I'm eager to know, and I'm eager to learn. But I'm not going to go no further in depth on this than that. And I'm going to go ahead and put it back together and see if the fan cuts on anyway. That's what our main objective was, to see if the fan will run on. Alright, same thing, share. Give me some comments. Let me know what you guys think. I appreciate it. Maxwell out.